It's fucking patch day. I am lit. I might not be able to talk to all the characters because they're amassed in people, but we doing this.
Every day, more and more people regain their memories of their lost loved ones. No longer will beings like Calix be able to manipulate their fear and ignorance as he once did. That being the case, Alice and I have come to a decision.
We will depart Taral in the coming days. Other nations must be informed about Alexandria, a necessary step to ensure lasting peace. Then, we shall return to Garlemald. Our experiences here should serve us well in the ongoing restoration efforts.
However, one pressing matter remains. Calix's summoning ritual was tied to a concept of his own creation. Ascian involvement is assured, but we have yet to ascertain the extent of their influence on the Ninth.
I have done what I can to treat the enthralled and those still afflicted with Levin sickness, and may now devote my undivided attention to an investigation.
Then we shall leave this one in your capable hands. Do let us know if you turn anything up.
It's Erenville. My time in Tural is at an end, and so I'm headed to the harbor now. We'll meet again, of that I'm certain. Until then, I wish you safe travels.
Promise you'll look after yourself.
Words of caution from you, of all people. Hey! What do you think you're doing?
Sorry to interrupt, but I thought you'd like to know. I've detained the fugitive. He promises to tell us before he sets sail, only to try and sneak aboard his boat with nary a hug goodbye. Old bastard. But there's still time before they weigh anchor.
That boy! We should make for the harbour ere he wriggles free of Lamachi's grasp.
If we're heading the same way, we might join him on the ship. Good company is always welcome on a long voyage, is it not?
What? Now? I haven't finished packing.
Knowing you, the essentials are already accounted for.
Oh. Fine, if we must. But you're helping pack the rest. And I hope you've decided on a souvenir for Eunice.
I have several ideas, as it happens.
Ever aligned in purpose, if not execution.
Lest you wonder, Kryl and I intend to remain here with Y'shtola.
To continue our study of the key, naturally. By all accounts, Preservation's facility promises to yield some answers.
Shale has been conducting a more thorough examination. She may have insights to share. Then why not invite her along to see everyone off? Surely she'd want to be there too.
I'm told that Shell is the new leader of Oblivion. There is none better suited to carrying on Kachua and Geo's legacy. Eager as ever, our Alpha Node, I do hope he has thought this through, particularly where his sister's wrath is concerned. She may know full well that no amount of complaint will dissuade him, but that doesn't mean she won't still give him an earful. It feels like an age since we last met here. It comforts me to know that some of you will be staying. I would feel rather bereft should you all go at once. What news, yo? Can't imagine you brought an entourage simply to say hello. That eager to be on their way, are they? I'll join you. I owe them thanks on behalf of Oblivion, after all. And here I thought you would protest against being parted from your work. While I am curious to see what emerges once every piece of the puzzle's in place, the majority of the files we've unearthed are encrypted. There's little else I can do until the computer's finished with them. Excuse me. Besides, unlike our friends, Containment Complex 1029 isn't going anywhere. In other words, we won't be getting any answers today. Afraid not. It's gonna be a while yet. Then shall we depart for Toriolo forthwith? Even Lematail strength has its limits. Without further delay, then. Jesus. How am I supposed to... Kwana and Guluja weren't able to make it, but both send their regards. Tildeolo is the delight to look upon. The hang patterned clock where we might use neon, but the city feels no less bright. Wish we had some of this sea breeze inside the dome. We could perhaps simulate it, but there's no substitute for the real thing. Despite her protestation, I doubt Alize will keep us waiting long. What sort of taco should I get on the way back, do you think? The aroma is too tantalizing to ignore. Raha seems preoccupied with a matter of great import. Perhaps he is contemplating a prayer to Lemetian for their safe passage. I wish you would not make such a fuss. I am not fond of emotional partings. At least Alphinaud and Alize were considerate enough to inform me of their plans in advance by link pearl. Some people we know would have burst out of a crate mid-voyage. In any event, I shall wait here until they finish their preparations. Oh, that's why people are staring at the floor. Might as well join them.
There they are.
You look well. No lingering effects, then?
Ah, I'm hale as ever. And busy with work.
I imagine there's no shortage of affairs to put in order. Are Kona and Galulja faring well?
Kona is off to survey our nation and its peoples. He wants to consult with local representatives and hear their thoughts on our policies. And Galulja's really taken to his training. I feel like he's been spending more time with the Landsguard than me lately.
Standing here, I cannot help but remember the day of our arrival in Tuliolol. The rite of succession feels so long ago.
We knew not of what would happen between my father and Zorolja, nor of Alexandria and its queen. It was to aid a naive claimant that you came to Tural. But you've done so much more for me. For the entire nation of Tuliyola. We owe you a greater debt than we can ever repay. But that doesn't mean we can't try. Whenever you need an ally, we'll stand with you.
Allow me to echo that sentiment. Not only were you kind to me when I awakened a stranger in my own land, you extended your grace to Alexandria again and again. And on behalf of myself and my people, thank you for curing the ailment that for centuries tormented us. I'll look forward to our next visit. I'm sure we'll have exciting stories to share with one another.
Ever since I introduced you to Wuklamat, you've faced no end of hardships. Many of them her fault. Yet I feel no remorse, only gratitude. For without your aid, I would not have had the chance to say goodbye. Nor vowed to explore every corner of the world. To see what we haven't seen. Shall we?
Rest assured, upon arriving, we shall make it a priority to visit Tataru and assuage her myriad fears.
I expect the sight of you two will be a balm for her worry-laden heart.
Safe journey, and remember to enjoy it.
Give my regards to Oblivion. And thank you for all you did for my mother.
Come back soon!
Take care!
That was a proper send-off. Now, time to get back to it.
Duty ever calls for she who loves her realm.
Right. Though, if you need a break, you're always welcome to visit Ulijola. I'll give you the grand tour. I guess they're really over. Your adventures in Tural. I'll remember our time together for the rest of my days.
Aha! Power resolve spotted!
The Landsguard is looking for you. It's sparring time!
Oh, good thing you're here then. Can't miss that.
So let's go already! Everyone's waiting to see the Vow resolve in action!
Sorry, I have to go. Till next time.
And thus do they take to the winds.
To follow their own paths in their hearts, as they should.
I'm glad I got a chance to see him off. Katra would be glad too. For our many meetings and partings, we have few enough opportunities to properly say our farewells. 'Twas pleasant to take the time for it. Though I delight in companionship, solo journeys too have their appeal, and travel by sea is relaxing. With Alzay and Alphanode spreading word of Alexandria, we shall soon have the chance to establish relations with other nations. I must make ready to treat with their leaders. Now it's our turn to take the next step. The question is, in what direction? And that is a matter I should like to discuss with you. If I may, I think it prudent to discuss our future plans elsewhere. We are liable to hinder the dock workers here if we linger. Perhaps the beach would be a more appropriate venue.
Tis truly a beautiful place to roam.
An endless ocean and ever-changing sky. First time I saw them, I couldn't believe my eyes. It was like I was walking among images from our oldest records. And beyond that horizon are more lands and more people. That one I still struggle to imagine.
We ourselves hail from beyond that horizon, in fact. Rather, most of us do. I merely thought I did. Oh, that's right. I can only imagine how it must have felt to learn you're a native of our world. The fact that I wasn't born in the land where I've spent most of my life has taken time to sink in. 'Twas not until I met my parents in living memory that the truth of my origin began to feel real. Your experience is not unlike mine. When first I awoke, the realm everyone spoke of sounded nothing like my own. I had to walk its streets, live and breathe it, before I could accept and embrace my new reality. And for me to embrace mine, I need to learn more about my people, the Milala. We should come upon more information in the course of studying the key, but as Shale's investigation of the containment complex is still ongoing, would you mind if we sought a different avenue of inquiry into the history of the Ninth?
I have no objection. What we learn will deepen our understanding of the broader picture.
Agreed. My curiosity extends well beyond our duty to assess Ascian influence.
If it is knowledge of the Ninth's past you seek, I have an idea where to begin. Alexandria was originally part of a landmass known as the Mist Continent. This continent had been left in ruins in the wake of the storm surge, with Alexandria the sole nation to survive the devastation. The calamity of lightning that ravaged the world.
Aye. Per the sources we recovered from the Underkeep, though the conflict between nations was destructive in its own right, it was Levin that dealt the final blow.
No place was spared its fury, and all was chaos in the castle town. We tried to evacuate the people in airships, Otis, the knights and I, but we couldn't save everyone. Those who survived gathered within the barrier, and we took in as many foreign refugees as we could. Yet, despite the dangerous environment, our system showed that there were some few souls who ventured outside the barrier, into the lands beyond. Beyond? But we thought that was impossible. I was under the impression the star was scoured of life, that man could not survive outside the barrier.
Going by the records, the storm surge extended to every corner of the world. Nothing and nowhere was spared. If anyone did survive out there, it would have been an unimaginable trial.
And yet, those people must have been going somewhere. What if there was a refuge? A place that weathered the storm surge and rebuilt over the intervening 4 centuries?
Given Alexandria's displacement to the source, we had neither cause nor opportunity to survey the remainder of the continent.
Living memory remains physically in the 9th. If we seek a means of egress other than the portal connecting it to Alexandria, perhaps it might lead us to the Mist Continent. Living memory was not transported here despite being a top Everkeep, in which case it may have been a physically independent space all along.
Meaning, another point of egress could well exist.
And if it does, someone has to be maintaining it. The mechanical soldiers, for instance.
Shall we have a chat with them and see what they know? If it please your majesty. Will you accompany us? If we do land upon the Mist Continent, I would feel much more assured with you at our side.
Oh, they know the trailer. I wouldn't miss it for 2 worlds. I can't miss a pun.
I thought as much. Into the great unknown we go, then.
Between the Ascians, the Key, and Malaya, there is much to be learned. Surely we can turn up a clue to one mystery or another. Outside of Alexandria, our knowledge of the Ninth is limited to the storm surge and passing mentions of Lindblum. That being the case, a foray across the Mist Continent would be an invaluable opportunity for discovery. Once conditions deteriorate past a certain point, an environment becomes anathema to life. Yet man is a resilient creature. If there is a way to survive, then he will surely find it. The mechanical soldiers won't hesitate to answer their queen. Let us hope they have useful information. Now that that's settled, I'd best be off. I still need to check for decryption errors periodically, so I can only step away for so long. With luck, I'll have plenty to share the next time we meet. Until then, let's the rest of us make ready for the potential foray and meet at Leonide Mememo. Memento. Menemo. Leonode. Okay. Though my mind knows better, I still feel uncomfortable around these mechanical soldiers. Sphene has found us a suitable source of information, sparing you the duty for once. Welcome to Living Memory. Allied to Her Majesty, how may I help you? The atmosphere is certainly less grim than when I last visited. This clerk has made itself available to answer our questions. Clerk PX0093. If one wished to descend to the surface from here, how would they typically do so? Living Memory is currently detached from Everkeep, and is operating independently while supported by its aerial suspension systems. Thus, both lift and Leonode-based transit is currently unavailable. I apologize for the inconvenience. Despite its ability to remain aloft, perhaps Living Memory was never intended to function in this state indefinitely. If so, we're out of luck. Not necessarily. Lifts and Leonodes were likely the preferred modes of transportation, but that does not preclude the existence of others. In the event of an emergency, how would we evacuate this facility? Consulting emergency systems. Living Memory's airship remains prepared to deploy should evacuation be necessary. Would Your Majesty like to appropriate it? An airship? Yes, please, as soon as is possible. With Your Majesty's authorization, the vessel can be readied for launch without delay. Allow me a moment to execute the bypass protocols. Whoa. Though I am nervous about what I might find below, I am glad we found the means to get there. As Queen, I must bear witness to the truth, however terrible. As I thought, now what awaits us below, I wonder. With an airship, a large number of Alexandrians could be evacuated at once, regardless of the situation below. An excellent contingency. It never occurred to me that there might be an airship here. How fortuitous. Safety tests have been successfully completed, setting the Gate of Remembrance as initial destination. Vessel is en route. Is that my ship? It was purpose-built for living memory. However, it was modeled after the vessel Your Majesty used during the Storm Surge era. A replica, still, it does me good to see it. I will deploy the gangway for boarding. This way, please. In order to reach the surface, we must pass through the storm clouds. I advise you to brace for turbulence. Whoa. The word Alize gave me is reacting. Though not to the extent of the 13th, the arthurical imbalance here is severe indeed. It does serve to impress upon the marvel of the barrier. The lightning and heritage found is tame by comparison. A land where Levin reigns. The warding scale is truly a godsend for those of us without the blessing of light. Remind me to send my profuse thanks to Vritra and Hanish, alchemists, once more. The state of the reflections, Aether, is more dire than we anticipated. I should be surprised if the Asians had no hand in the war that wrought this. That crater was once Alexandria. A sobering sight, to say the least, but I shan't turn back now. We've come this far. There are no structures, nor any sign of survivors that I can see. I suspect the crater made this area unsuitable for habitation due to the increased risk of flooding. Then we should look further ahead. In which direction do you think we might find a settlement? If they're if we're at the edge of Alexandrian territory now, the closest city would be Treno, should it survive. As a city-state built on a harbor, it was a nexus of trade, and it remained neutral throughout the war. We Alexandrians always felt fortunate to have it in our neighborhood, so to speak. Not unlike our rats at hand. Ah, yes, Alpha no smoke of rats at hand. It's near the South Sea Isles, the Malia homeland, correct? Funnily enough, it was also Treno where the Malala first found a home in our world. Truly? Yes, and though the Malala population elsewhere grew, most continued to feel a strong connection to the city. I'd like to think that some remain there to this day. Clerk PX0093, is this ship capable of taking us to Treno? I shall run a flight simulation for the route to Treno. One moment. Simulation complete. There is near 100% probability that the ship would suffer catastrophic mechanical failure prior to the arrival due to ambient lightning. My apologies. Oh, well, thank you for checking. If we cannot fly, then we shall have to walk. Treno lies beyond the mountains, but there should be routes that spare us having to climb. That cave system, for instance, assuming it hasn't collapsed, let's try there first. I'm in the 9th. Reminds me of the lightning fields from Final Fantasy X. I'll be right back. Okay. Sorry about that. This place was where my people first arrived, and I shall soon see it in person. Eager though I am to seek new discoveries, the prospect of walking in circles for days end does not appeal. We are fortunate to have Sphene. Of late, I've spent much of my time hunched over reports. A brisk trek across the wasteland shall make for a refreshing change of pace. The tunnel appears intact. Though we have no way of knowing what it's like further in. Mine use stay alert for beasts as well. Given the barren surrounds, they're surely ravenous. Okay. Time is it 40. I speak so confidently of the Milala's connection to Treno because my tutor, Trumpet, hailed from the city. Another reason to hope it has survived. I am anxious and hopeful in equal measure. 'Tis a strange feeling. Whatever lies ahead shall give us more insight into the state of the 9th. There should be little reason for anyone to have passed this way since Alexandria's displacement. Let us pray loose rocks are the worst we must contend with. I'll be back with a dungeon. Wait, do I qualify for the dungeon? Let me check. Yeah. Just barely. But yeah. Okay, we got a dungeon. I'm a little nervous because it's been a while, but here we go. I say it's been a while, it's been like 2 days. fucking save of the year, yo. Ooh. That's cool as shit. I got so lucky. didn't realize they were at the starting point. Ooh. Fuck yeah. I appreciate the 9. Yeah. Oof.
And the perimeter is clear. Good work, everyone. And a big thank you to our helpers, whoever you are. Now, we have a tiny bit of clearing up ahead of us. You know what to do.
Our helpers, were we being watched?
So, the city endures. And it is in much better shape than expected.
Impressive, considering the destruction without. The people here must have gone to great lengths to maintain all of this.
Their barrier resembles that of Alexandria, though it is smaller in scale. And not quite as effective, if the breach we witnessed is any indication. I fear such incidents may be common here.
Thunderous heavens! It's been years since we've had visitors. I am Miaili, the Mayor of Treno. Allow me to welcome you to our city. And thank you for the assistance with our little monster problem just now. Might I ask your name, miss? Though I have an inkling I know it already.
But of course, I am Sphene of Alexandria.
As I thought. It truly beggars belief. I once heard the strangest of reports from one of ours who went to Alexandria, you see. That despite the intervening years, the Queen had not aged a day. And sure enough, I'd swear, you'd stepped out of an old oil portrait mere moments ago. You must forgive me if this takes some getting used to. It is an honor to meet you, Your Majesty. I look forward to hearing the tale from your own lips. I imagine it won't be an easy one to tell. But please, what happened to Alexandria?
I see. From your perspective, it must have looked as though we were wiped from the face of the star.
One day, we lost all contact with our people in Alexandria. Scouting party sent to investigate reported that not only the barrier, but Alexandria itself was gone. Nary a stone to mark where it had stood.
What you must have gone through, not knowing what became of us. But know that Alexandria yet survives, albeit in a distant land. Her and her people. I can tell you the whole tale from beginning to end, but first, might I ask your permission to remain in Treno for a time?
Of course you can. You and your companions have already done us a great service, and are more than welcome to enjoy our hospitality. Now, how about we continue this at Town Hall? We needn't keep standing in the middle of the street.
I shall join them. Even with the precautions we've taken, it remains to be seen if Sven's condition will remain stable. I suspect, however, that the rest of you would rather be out and about. Consider this my blessing.
In light of our purpose here, the tour of the city is indeed in order.
I presume you have no objection? With your permission, then. But before we go... allow me to introduce myself as well. I am Cryo, and I hope to learn more of this city and its people. Would it offend if we were to ask a few questions? Perhaps as we work alongside you, aiding you in whatever ways you may require.
You needn't fret. Treno folk are as friendly as they come. As for aid, if you're willing, you might speak with my grandson Lummel. That was his voice you heard earlier. You'll find him serving herbal remedies to the others.
Thank you for your guidance. We shall seek him out first.
This is cool. Alright. I gotta call it here though. That's well over an hour, and I gotta do something. So, thank you for watching. I appreciate you. And I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.